Good morning, children. In the last class, we discussed about Taro's reward. In the last paragraph, a lady visited to the house of Taro. His father gave her to drink a sip of sake. Then Taro told the magic story of Sake waterfall. So she hurried up to spread the news to all in the village. So I read the text. That evening there was a long procession of visitors to the woodcutter's house. Each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of the sake. In less than an hour, the picture was empty. Next morning, Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. He carried with him the largest picture he owned, for he intended first of all to go to the waterfall. When he reached it, he found to his great surprise all his neighbors there. They were carrying pitchers, jars, buckets, anything they could find to hold the magic sake. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. He drank again and again, and then he shouted angrily, "Water, nothing but water." Others also tried, but there was no sake, only cold water. So, children, on the same day, so many people of villages were visited the house of the woodcutter. Then everyone was heard the story of the magic waterfall. Okay, in the same next morning, Taro was get ready to work than earlier before early of the morning. Then he carried a large pot to carry the sake to collect the sake, but he was very surprised because all his neighbors are already present in that area. So they were carrying also pitchers, jars, and buckets to find and carrying to find and hold the magic sake. Then one villager bent down his leg and held his mouth under the waterfall. So he tasted it again and again. Then he screamed because it was not a sake, it was only a cold water. And then others also tried it, but others also said that it was not a sake, only a cold water. "We have been tricked," shouted the villagers. "Where is Taro? Let us drown him in this waterfall." But Taro had been wise enough to slip behind a rock when he saw how things were going. He was now here to be found. So all villagers are shouted and then said they are become fooled. So somebody was shouted, "Where is Taro? Drawn him from near the waterfall." So Taro was very wise because he was hiding behind the rock, and then he was watching all the things were going on that area. So next, muttering their anger and disappointment, the villagers left the place one by one. Taro came out from his hiding place. Was it true? He wondered, was the sake a dream? Once more he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it his lips. It was the same fine sake. To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sake. To everyone else, it gave only cold water. So now all the villagers are left the place with a disappointment because they don't get sake. They only get only cold water. So now he came out from his hiding place. So he think that Tara was think it himself. So I got yesterday sake. It was a dream or real. So he was also hold some little liquid in his hand and then taste it. He was shocked and surprised. Again it was sake, not a cold water. So the magic waterfall gave everyone only cold water, but Taro was a thoughtful son. He was a very honest son to his parent. So that wise it gave sake to Taro. The story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. He sent for the young woodcutter and rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. Then he named the most beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. This said the emperor was to encourage all the children to honor and obey their parents. So, children, now the story of Taro was reached the emperor. Then the emperor gave reward to the young woodcutter of 20 pieces of gold coins to him. He rewarded him because he was very good and kind person. Then the emperor was named a beautiful water fountain, waterfall. Okay, they named a beautiful waterfall as a Taro. Then because so every child was to encourage to be like Taro, then to be honor and obey the parents. So this is your lesson. You have to write other five paragraphs in your homework book. Then we'll send classwork tomorrow. Thank you, children.